Monster, Rumbar, Jamaica Brandy, Syrah, Grey Goose, Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker, and more. You're drinking and joking. Open hours. Monday to Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Friday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday. Address 104 South 4th Avenue, Mount Vernon, New York, 10550. It makes sense to save you dollars. Contact 914-699-7267. Email us at DutchessWineSpoon@gmail.com. Must be 21 and over to drink. 40 minimum delivery. Drinkers Bond.
You are hungry? Come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nearwood Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu. 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Well, what can I say? What can I say? Monday is back, yes. Last Monday is history, and now we are in a new working week. Monday, May 24, 2021. As always, I say Monday. Good afternoon. Welcome to the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. On Inside of the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed, with yours truly, Lady D, Denise Gomez. I am your host, your producer and presenter of this show. Thank you for joining me. The show started June 5, 2008. And it is going Going, going, going. The Monday Drive is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Have you heard about my hashtags? Hashtag ITZ The Monday Drive. Hashtag Host Lady D. Hashtag ITZ Radio. Hashtag ITZ Community Life. Hashtag News. Hashtag Entertainment. Hashtag Music. Email insideofthezone@gmail.com. Catch me on my Facebook pages, Lady D Denise Gomez and Inside the Zone. I'm also on Instagram as Lady D Denise Gomez. In this afternoon's edition of the Monday Drive, we have the Monday Beat chasing the Monday Blues out of here with great music. Voices comes up right after the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. And in Music Zone this afternoon, it's Monday and it's Calypso Music Monday. You know, I give you a little of this, a little of that, yeah. Calypso Music Monday. And of course, in a Jamaica ting this afternoon, of course, another feature of the Gleaners Eat Around Jamaica. Ian Barrett prepares authentic Jamaican dishes for his large clientele. I know each and every Monday you're licking your fingers. Keeping you in the know comes up at 6 p.m. News, happenings, and facts. And of course, community life. Hear what's on our table this afternoon. DNA. Should it be mandatory for a DNA test to be done before a child leaves the hospital in the event they're born in the hospital? If not, should a child still, when they get to the hospital, the DNA test is done, right? Should it be mandatory? And should it be mandatory so that it is the name of the father is recorded on the child's birth certificate? A whole lot of stuff, a whole lot. The Monday Drive features news, literature reading, sports, entertainment, politics, interviews, health, immigration, education, family, and music. Did I tell you I am a Jamaican with a show with the Caribbean theme that includes people across the Caribbean and the world at large? Broadcast on Linkage Radio 101.7, 104.5 FM, Inside the Zone YouTube channel, also on Spice International Gospel Network, that is Sign FM 88.9, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, www.caribbeanvibesradio.com, and on Unity Gospel Radio out of Sunrise, Florida, www.unitygospelradio.com. Hey, DJ Solomon, good afternoon to you. On a Monday, I ask you what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? I do have a great show lined up for you this afternoon, and I will be with you until 7 p.m. EST. Did you know that Linkage Radio is your budding and buzzing station 24/7, 365 days for the year? Welcome to the show. 5:21 p.m. Let me take you now into the Monday Beat with some Calypso Monday for you. Chasing the Monday blues out of here. Are you ready? Are you ready? Young, old, baby, middle in age. It's your time. It's your time.
DJ Rhythm, like a boxer.
stopping for a break at all. You go dig yourself when you collapse and fall. I say, look how everybody else having fun. You are alone with it like a pony one. All day long, having none. We rockin' all night tonight. We rockin' all night tonight. So relax and take it light. Everything gonna be alright. I don't want no sad news. Me ain't taking no. I don't want no excuse. When I reach, let's go. You hear me? We rockin' all night tonight. We rockin' all night tonight. So relax and take it light. We rockin' all night tonight. Hey.
This lady promoter approached me cool as ever. Said she had a show and dance and needed my performance. She said to me, with Wisconsin soda. The next thing I see is my name on poster. She want me to sing in Chicago. I don't want to pay me no money. I say, darling, I can't do that. It is against the copyright act, but still, she want me to sing in Chicago. For free, but not me. No sorry.
5:30 p.m. A very special good afternoon. It is my Calypso Music Monday. Here on the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. Set your watches and your clocks, 5:30 p.m. And of course, those of you who are tuning in on Touch FM Radio 90.1, they are joining me this afternoon. Hello to the Bronx. Hello to the Bronx. Hello to the Bronx. Thank you, Tony. Good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to the show. As always, on a Monday afternoon, I bring you the Monday beat, chasing the Monday blues out of here. And today is my, what I call, Calypso Music Monday. So that was in my Monday Beat segment. Hello to everyone, 5:31 p.m. It's a good day. It's a blessed day, and we are alive here doing what we're doing, sharing company together. Don't forget to log on to my YouTube channel, Inside the Zone with Lady D. Don't forget to log on. Inside the Zone with Lady D. I'm broadcasting until 7 p.m. this evening. Right now, I'm taking you to the segment Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. Who is talking this afternoon? Welcome. If you're joining me for the very first time, well, you know, this is what I do. This is what I do. The show has a format with you in mind. So hello, don't forget our telephone number, 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. Welcome to Voices.
And
Taros, how far we go back now? What year we talking?
we go back very far, man. But you don't know and we're going forward too. But a long time they apart, man. And you tell me, you did tell me the other time.
At 07, you know?
Yeah, but you did tell me one time, say you did see a performance like an early original when nobody didn't know who.
Yes! All right, let me tell you. So, I remember back in, it was about 2003 or 4.
All right.
And there was a little acoustic show spot vibes up at the top of Orchid Patch there, so. And I remember that was the first time I ever saw you, and I was like, he is a star. Yo, your voice was it for me.
Thank you. Whoa.
Oh.
And them time they make, I say I Jamaica me green, you know?
Yeah.
Me not ready yet.
No,
you
but
know?
your beard.
Yeah, me the
Fresh.
beard. Yeah, I'm fresh, but I'm green. Because, you know, I never know. Me young into singing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, me did more DJ business, you know. Me never like singing, you know.
Really?
It's funny how me come there and sing, because me never like singing.
Tell me how that works.
Yeah, singing, you know, my friend them never like singers. Singing is like a soft thing. And we never know, we never have no knowledge. So, you know, we hear about Sanchez and like Sweet Boy. We know why about I want like Buju and Beat on this kind of like, yeah. A Bounty Killer and roughness, you know?
Yeah.
So me no want to be a singer. But my mother always said, me like your voice. And my father said, you if you sing. And I said, worse when him tell me to sing.
I was gonna say.
You know what I mean? Nah, sing.
Is it because you're just like everybody going to compare you to the
No.
great Jimmy Riley?
No, man, it's a different time. You know, we're 90s, baby. You know, we listen to dancehall music.
Yeah.
So, and you know what is funny? Some great things happen in front of me and I never even notice. Like Greg Reiser, Check My Father, Delroy Wilson. These are like Jamaican treasure.
Yeah.
Dennis Brown. All the man and my father friend them, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes them play piano and sing, and to me it's just nice. Me know why you're not singing. You want to play a Stone Love cassette or something?
Can't be a Stone Love cassette.
Yeah, I swear, but I can't make them hear me. I listen to that.
By the way, we need to clarify something for everybody.
Yeah.
Because me know says a running joke. When you say Stone Love cassette a while ago, people might say, when you say 90s while ago, they might say, what you just
Yeah, because
say?
them have me as a bit, me as a youth, you
Them
know.
have you as a big man.
Yeah, but guess what? You me no run little boy joke, you see me? No, but you know, I want to tell you
Them say you and Bob Marley's classmate, right?
how that work. Me not understand it. And then, but you know, true a reality when I shave our trim. And then, true music is very mature.
Yeah.
Them have me as a bigger man, but if you really check how me call myself, me's a middle child, you know.
Yeah.
Cause Buju them and Sizzla them and even Jackie them before me.
Yeah.
And you know, Chronics them, I like my little brother them.
Yes.
So me they right in the middle. So, you know what I mean? Me not old yet.
But I feel like you came into the space when the world needed you.
Well,
The
thank
world
you.
needed
Thank
you.
you.
The world needed your sound. The world needed She's Royal. The world
Yeah.
needed Lion Paw.
Wow.
You did something really special in the space, T, that nobody was doing, really and truly.
Thanks. And you know, we have to give thanks for the experience of it.
Yeah.
Because it was like I tell you, I used to DJ and I used to go up Main Street Records, Danny Brownie.
Yes.
Him can tell you I want DJ, I give you a big joke again. I'm in a studio, you know, I sing a song. Or DJ a song in my mind. The man, them a laugh. And I say, what, my half key? The man, them laugh again.
Yeah.
So I say, what kind of laughing?
Yeah.
Them say, where you say you're the DJ and you talk about key, half key? Brother. And them laugh and when I come around now, because them say, come round. You see them days when you do something?
Yeah.
And them say, come round. Your heart a beat, boo, 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 boo.
Yeah.
Because I said, Jano, what me do? And them say, we record you still and you sound nice, but you're not DJ, you have to sing, yeah. Because you waste your voice.
Yeah.
My vex. Well, years later when I do my first reggae song fest,
Yeah.
with some song like Larger Than Life and Lightning Striking Everybody. I come off at the stage at Danny Brown, him said, me tell you, so you don't waste your
If you
voice.
sing,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
I lie.
What you did DJ say? Tell me one
No,
thing
man, my
you
lyrics
did
are
DJ
clean.
say.
Remember, say even Taurus, if you check it again, it's like Shabba, Bujo, Sizzla, Capita, Taurus. I say, yeah, man, I mean that. And then show me Zatari and that make it worse, it just work. And then, you know, it wasn't really like gun lyrics,
Yeah.
but more shot, you know, like, you know,
Yeah.
more have an energy, so.
But you know, so now when you go up on the stage, you don't go on the stage one time without say you have to bust a musical
Because shot,
Yeah.
all right. More, you know, says that Taurus for real, you know.
Yeah.
But it's not that Taurus that gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
So Mr. DJ, me still have enough DJ lyrics. Me have lyrics. I see him screw face. Is that tune? Me have one. Why? Alright. Cha.
Tell me.
We used to DJ lyrics to try to get girls here, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause we shy, but we never shy with music.
Yeah.
So me have a song named Greatest Creation. Woman are the greatest creation.
Yeah.
So me say a girl and me like her. And me say, woman, you are the greatest creation. Prettiest thing me ever see on the island, baby. And you see them little slur there?
Yeah.
I sing, and no, you know.
I was just gonna say.
But the lyrics, me I chat and me I tell her a bag of thing about the greatest creation and I'm a virgin write the tune and I say, no, that's too soft. And suppose me have somebody clash. Me need a clash lyrics and I say, killing sound is my hobby. Program to kill sound, boy, man, a berry. And Bounty Killer, them and Beanie Man, me are going like again. And I just write lyrics and have them. Till me do screw face. I try to say, screw face, if from round, yeah. But you see, every little thing have a little melody in it. So I test singing and I know.
It's true.
But me no know. So now, me do everything, I just music. Cause I find out one reason I never like singing to me think say you have to have a pretty voice.
Right.
And to me never have the pretty voice to me. You see like you tell me say, me love your voice.
No man, because it's a sound.
Me just sing from my heart.
You sound different from everybody else.
Me never know that was the thing.
Yeah.
Me think you have to sound like somebody. So now, me just set up me DJ and done. But later on me learned that, you know, a song, if it's a happy song, you feel that way.
Yes.
And if it's a sad song, you feel that way.
Yes.
And you know, me learn more about music and me learn more about myself more. And just become brave and being myself and say, well, all right, I need this, you know.
Who were you and what were you like as a young boy? What was life growing up like for you?
Me never get in a whole heap of trouble, but me always love music. And probably that's me talk enough to people who me know.
Yeah.
And then other people never hear me talk. I say, me even wear glasses, because I read in the dark, hide and read. Because I remember no, it wasn't cool.
Right.
Boy, if you kick football and do rough things
yeah.
and you know what I mean? So, me love reason, and me love learn things, and me love, which part of the big man them there, that's what me there listen. Because me one big man from the little youth.
Yeah.
That's why people have me as a big man now.
Yeah.
Because me always I learn some things. And
I would have loved to continue this exciting interview, but you know, I have to move on with the program. But that's Taurus Riley, who wanted to be a DJ, and he's such a good guy. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. My name is Denise Lady D Gomez. It is the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and read. The Linkage Radio Station, 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. At 6 p.m., we get into the meat of the show, keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. And you don't want to miss that. And in community life, this afternoon, we have quite the discussion that should be happening because you're going to be a part of it. And we say DNA, should it be mandatory for a DNA test to be done before a child leaves the hospital and to be recorded on the child's birth certificate? Okay? What say you? We know that this DNA thing has touched people we know, has touched people you know, and it is a global issue, and it needs to be streamlined. Things need to happen for this not to go awry. Some children don't know their true identity biologically until they're even adults. They're meeting their dad for the first time. All kinds of stuff are happening. So 5:42 p.m. Let's get into some more music, followed right after by a Jamaica ting. My name is Denise Lady D Gomez. This is the Monday Drive on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com, TouchFMRadio.com, UnityGospelRadio.com, SignRadio.net. Hello. You know, I'm taking you old school. Calypso Rose, Calypso Queen. It's my Calypso Music Monday.
They say that I reign too long, forgetting that my constitution is strong. Instead of respecting me long, long reign, they making plot to take down my name. I've been breaking down walls ever since I was small. They could stand up tall and strong like a wrecking ball. I could knock them down. They say that I reign too long, forgetting that my constitution is strong. Instead of respecting me long, long reign, they making plot to take down my name. Everywhere I reign supreme, the one and only Calypso Queen. No man alive or dead could come and take the crown off my head. And petty men, I don't worry about them. They've been trying to take me down, but to the end I retain my crown. They say that I reign too long, forgetting that my constitution is strong. Instead of respecting me long, long reign, they making plot to take down my name. They used to call me small island girl. Now I travel the world. Anywhere they go, they know I am Calypso Rose, Queen of Calypso. Singing on. They say that I reign too long, forgetting that my constitution is strong. Instead of respecting me long, long reign, they making plot to take down my name.
Calypso Rose, Calypso Queen, nice and spicy and short. Good afternoon, 5:46 p.m. What are you doing on a Monday afternoon? Tuning in to Touch FM Radio, I'm sure. Tuning in to signradio.net, I'm sure. Tuning in to, of course, unityradio.com, Unity Radio, Unity Gospel Radio, because, you know, the unities are all over the place. unitygospelradio.com out of Sunrise in Florida. And you're also tuned into CaribbeanVibesRadio.com, signradio.net. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to you. It's Monday here. Want to say hi to those of you who are tuning in across the globe. We welcome you to this show, Inside the Zone. Today is a Monday drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. And I want to say hi to those who are celebrating their birthday today. Happy birthday to you. A baby was born somewhere in the world today. We welcome life. And it's your wedding anniversary. You are getting married, even that, or you met someone new. So kudos to you, okay? 5:47 p.m. Are you ready for us to take a quick trip down to get some food someplace? Where am I taking you? You stick and stay.
It's a land of special people, a place where champions grow, a magical vibe, so much more than you will ever is so profound. And when it comes to the track, you know that Jamaica won't back down. On top of the world, we're more than just an island in the sun. Oh, a great nation. Bob Marley said, welcome everyone to Jamaica.
Yes, I'm taking you to Jamaica. Taking you to Jamaica. That's where I was born. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad I'm a Jamaican. How about you? If you are a Jamaican, how about you? Or if you're from across the Caribbean, we want to say good afternoon and welcome to you. Let's go around. Let's go around Jamaica.
So you can hold a seat, unless you want me to drive it still.
Well, all right, we could do road now.
All right, cool. All right. There are hungry mouths to be fed. And I tell you what, I'm extremely hungry right now, so here are people. Road. Ian. Lucy. Ready. Can't go faster on this. All right, folks, it's Eat Around Jamaica 2016, and my name is Andre Lowe from the Gleaner Company. Now, only the promise of good food could get me out of my bed from Kingston all the way to the other side of the island in Lucy, Hanover, which is where we are right now in front of Ugly Chuck Food and Entertainment. And if you look behind me, you'll see what is actually a really ugly chuck. It's not so cute, but I heard that the food is actually much better. And we're gonna meet Mr. Ian Barrett, the innovative chef and proprietor for this thing here, Ugly Chuck. Let's hope the food actually tastes better than the name of the chuck, all right? Let's go. All right, so the man here, Ian Barrett, the most popular chef in Lucy, Hanover. But Ian, tell me what going on, sir. I see a truck and I see a kitchen. What's happening here?
Well, this is my way of taking it to Lucy. You know, I had a location elsewhere and people in the town kept requesting my food here closer. So this has literally taken it to them.
All right, what's on the menu today, and more importantly, what am I going to be cooking today?
Well, I'm going to put you in the more refined, delicate stages. I'm going to let you handle the fresh caught fish from local waters and fishermen of Lucy. All right. So you have to do the steamed fish today in the party.
No problem.
All right.
No problem.
Yeah, man. You're taking that.
All right. What again?
Well, we have sweet potato, whole wheat dumpling, yellow yam, gungo rice and peas, cow foot and bean. You know, kitchen sound them no matter fret. That it normally come with the territory.
Yeah. It's also quite clear that you have been doing this for a while. How long have you been cooking, and what's your experience in the kitchen?
Well, it started at home, you know, back in 1990. This is what sent me to school, this kind of business. My mom started something like this. So when she went shopping, I had to, you know, serve the people and prep, and so it started there. And I went in the hotel industry. So I worked as a waiter till manager and Metro D in food and beverage. So I've always been around food, handling food, serving food, you know, learning about food, various cuisines. So this is just the end product.
Let's get it done, all right?
Yeah, man.
Onion, little sweet pepper, little swim around, some good tomatoes. From start to finish. Think we are full to this. Dumpling, yam, without much of
Not just any dumpling, whole wheat. Local farmers are a big part of my business because we support the local farmers. From our juices to our meals, it's our local produce. So all the seasonal fruits that are available, we make natural juices from those.
And I realized a lot of a wide cross section of people actually come to you from the business community to the schoolers. You seem to be very popular here in Lucy.
Yes, yes. Well, word gets around, and whenever there's, you know, any form of meetings or gatherings, the first name that comes to mind, you know, is the Ugly Chuck and Ian. So we do extend catering services. You know, people call us and say, okay, we have 50 people, we would like X, Y, Z, and we do that.
We're almost done. Pretty soon, we'll be feeding the people of Lucy. Ian, me out here, sir, you know.
Yeah, man, I eat this one.
Alright. Then what kind of juices?
Watermelon, cantaloupe. Again, local farmers.
Wait, what fish give me so much problem? You know what? This tastes really good. And I'm not just saying that because, well, I helped to make it. Fish, nice and soft, extremely spicy, which is good in this case. Nice fresh vegetables. The rice, nice texture. Yeah man, the food are going. Food are going. The truck ugly, but the food really, really good. I tell you, straight. Ian was kind to prepare for us some watermelon cantaloupe juice, and it's really refreshing and goes very well with this particular meal. Ian, what that? More food?
I tell you, I will be have room in the brother.
Boy, barely. I struggle with that one now. Come with it, man. Look at how I go with it.
Good, go foot.
And I'm sure a front foot. That one on a back foot, you know.
Let me tell you, so you don't free in fall, every foot clean now.
Alright, sound good.
Yeah, man.
I can see how I go on for the cow foot, you know. You know, if I'm to be honest, I'm really not the biggest fan of cow foot. But I could say if Ian and Ugly Chuck can actually convert me. I shake made, so you know that means that. Tastes good. Yeah, it's really, really good. Now, again, like I said, I'm not a big fan of cow food, but after this experience right here so today, I have to pre this cow food thing a little bit more. Now guys, listen, if you're interested in some authentic Jamaican food, and if you're on this side of the island, Western Jamaica, Lucy, Hanover, look no further than Ian Barrett and Ugly Chuck. Now remember, Restaurant Week 2016. Again, I'm Andre Lowe. Thanks for watching Eat Around Jamaica.
Yeah, Eat Around Jamaica. I'm sure you were just salivating there. That's what I do each and every Monday. I just let you listen and picture it in your mind and saying, boy, I wish I were right there in Lucy, like on a Monday afternoon. 5:55 p.m. Good afternoon to you. Want to say hi to Pat and to Ryan. I tell you, Ryan checking up on me. My weekend was very busy and tiresome. Not gonna lie. But this morning I got up, did my morning routine and stuff, and I'm fine now. Maybe by later on, because I'm up early, but maybe by later on I'll just start slowing down, Ryan, you know. So good afternoon, everyone. Coming up in 4 minutes, keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. Brought to you by my sponsor. What would I do without them?
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
And of course, if you're just joining me, welcome to the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside here on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. My connecting partners with me this afternoon, Sign FM 88.9, that is Spice International Gospel Network. Also, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. Unity Gospel Radio in Sunrise, Florida, unitygospelradio.com. And guess who's coming on with me this afternoon? All of a sudden, I just got this note. I'm like, okay, touchfmradio.com. They're not usually with me on a Monday, but they are today. So I want to say thanks to Tony. Now, as I mentioned to you, coming up in our community life this afternoon. So we do have headlines, and then we have our discussion segment in community life. And, in community life, we, simply just talk about issues as we see them, real stories of people's experiences, culture, issues, and concerns, okay? And so this is everything that we present is really common to most people in most cultures. And so in our community life this afternoon, DNA. Should it be mandatory for a DNA test to be done before a child leaves the hospital in order for him or her to have the father's name, recorded on the birth certificate? That's something, don't you think? We ought to be talking about that. We got 1 minute to go. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. That's the telephone number to our station, Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station, 24/7, 365 days for the year. That's what I'm talking about. A little music, a little jingle going on there. And good afternoon to those of you who would like to log on to my YouTube channel. That is Inside the Zone with Lady D. You may log on over there and, can catch me doing my gesticulating and all of that. Yeah, with my hands when I'm trying to make a point. And also to see that I'm in colors this afternoon. Yeah, colors, Spring is spring and summer is coming. Oh, by the way, did you know that today is Labor Day in Jamaica? Labor Day, so a lot of people are home, not working. Primarily, you do have your essential workers who have to work and so on. And then there are projects that are being done in your backyard or wherever, so we'll be highlighting that as well. But it's Labor Day in Jamaica. And as I mentioned, Labor Day in Jamaica, someone also said, when is our next holiday? It's like we can't wait to get a holiday. We can't wait to get a holiday here. We hear about a holiday someplace else and we're counting down. Oh, Lord, when is the next holiday again? Because you just want to relax in your bed. Lordy. And so, thank you, Ryan. Thank you. And, so that's what we're talking about today. But anyway, keep it moving here, Lady D. So, looking forward. Chris Wilby joins me in a minute. And, of course, I do have a little more music for you in the meanwhile. It is Calypso Music Monday. Did I tell you? I did, didn't I?
Give it! Lady, I want to dance with you tonight. Lady, give me a chance to hold you tight. Let me show you how much I want you, how much I think about you. I've been watching you, baby, I've been watching you, watching you.
Lord, he has to just give out his story. Lady, I've been watching you. Mr. Chris Wilby, what a pleasure having you on the show once again this afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lady D. Denise Gomez. How are you?
I am well, Chris Wilby. So, Chris, I listened to your voice note, this morning. And I was laughing my head off. I said, Lord, have mercy here, Chris. You can't find me.
You're busy like a bee.
Oh, Jesus, have mercy. It's good to hear you. How was the weekend?
The weekend was good. It was fantastic.
Sure.
Getting into the summer, it was beautiful day yesterday. I got some yard work done and all of that. So
Oh, it wasn't a little humid on
not
your end?
humid.
It wasn't hot.
It was hot, but
Oh,
not humid.
okay.
It was good weather. Yeah. We have some good weather today too. So
Yeah,
we're getting there.
today's nice. Today's really nice. Well, it's nice hearing you, and I'm here, and you're with me, and it promises to be an interesting afternoon. We do have headlines and our topic on DNA and all of that. So we are anticipating our callers to call and not wait until the show is wrapping up, which is what I realize some of them do. So you need to just make the call. Once you hear a headline, that's okay. You can call in. We don't mind. Our telephone number, 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, to share the YouTube channel link with someone you know. Okay? Let them know Lady D's on with Chris Wilby, and the show is getting underway. Touch FM Radio is with us this afternoon, Chris. They're not usually here on a Monday, and so we are grateful that they have decided to broadcast today from this platform. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. It is now 5 minutes after 6 o'clock. The first headline presented this afternoon, Chris Wilby.
Good afternoon once again, Mr. G. Good afternoon to all the listeners listening in. Welcome to another week and another set of headlines and news from all over the world. Start off this evening with news coming out of the cruise line industry. Three giants of the cruise industry will return to the seas within weeks, with Norwegian Cruise Lines on Monday becoming the latest to announce its U.S. ship will set sail starting in early August. After a year of crippling losses, Carnival and Royal Caribbean said last week their first post-pandemic cruises will set sail in July after the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, earlier this month gave the green light to allow trips with passengers and crew who receive COVID-19 vaccinations. We have been waiting for a long time to announce a resumption of cruise from the U.S. We're so proud to be sailing for the first time in over a year from our special home port of Seattle to the breathtaking state of Alaska, Harry Sommer, chief of Norwegian Cruise Line, said in a statement. Cruise operations were suspended on March 14, 2020, when the CDC issued a no-sail order to prevent the further spread of the coronavirus. Several ships already had deadly outbreaks on board. Some cruise ships resumed operations in Europe and elsewhere last year, but the ban remained in place in the United States. All three companies will offer trips from Seattle to Alaska as their inaugural cruises. Norwegian said all crew passengers must be fully vaccinated to embark. Carnival said its trips will be available to guests who receive their final dose at least 2 weeks prior. And likewise, Royal Caribbean will require vaccinations of all passengers over the age of 16, and after August 1, all those over the age of 12. Norwegian will offer week-long voyages starting August 6, while Royal Caribbean will leave port first with a similar trip July 19th, and Carnival's Holland America line will start July 24th. It's been a tough year for everyone, but people clearly have pent-up demand to cruise again, and we can't wait to get back to what we do best, Royal Caribbean Chief Executive Richard D. Fenn said in last week's statement. Disney Cruise Lines in early May announced all trips were cancelled through the end of July, but on Monday declined to provide details to AFP on when sailing will resume.
The United States warned its citizens Monday not to travel to Olympic host Japan, citing the growing risk of the COVID-19 pandemic in the Asian nation just 2 months before the Games begin. The warning came in a travel advisory issued by the State Department as Japan, which has been criticized for its slow inoculation rate, opened its first mass vaccination centers in a push ahead of the Olympics, which were postponed last year due to the pandemic. The decision was based primarily on government health advice as well as secondary factors such as commercial flight availability, restrictions on U.S. citizens' entry, and impediments to obtaining COVID test results within 3 calendar days, the advisory said. Just 2% of Japan's population of 125 million has been fully vaccinated so far. It began giving the Pfizer shot in February, first to medical workers and then over 65s, whom the government aims to finish inoculating by late July, when the Olympics begin. But ministers say the games do not figure in their rollout schedule, and no date has been announced for other age groups. Japan has been a relatively small coronavirus outbreak, with around 12,000 deaths overall, but a recent surge in infections has put hospitals under the strain. Tokyo, Osaka, and 8 other regions are under a state of emergency, curbing commercial activity until the end of May, with reports saying the measures could be extended for another 3 weeks. Public opinion is largely opposed to holding the Olympics this summer, but organizers say the event can be held safely. The majority of athletes and others staying in the Olympic Village will be vaccinated before they enter Japan, but inoculation is not required to participate.
The Barbados-based Caribbean Examination Council, the CXC, says it has engaged regional governments and other stakeholders on the conception and planning of the 2021 regional examination. In a statement, the CXC said that it is enriched by the dialogues with ministers of education and other government officials, teachers and students, and is proceeding in the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic to provide quality examinations to students. It said governance committees, which are comprised of regional government representatives, are receiving recommendations on CXC's 2021 regional examination strategy that emanated from these consultations. By latest Wednesday, a press release will be disseminated and a press conference will be held to update the public on these decisions, CXC said.
Deputy Mayor of Montego Bay, Councillor Richard Vernon, is imploring Jamaicans to exercise social responsibility as they enjoy the freedom that our national heroes fought for many years ago. Quote, "We enjoy a level of freedom today that we did not many years ago, and I want to say to Jamaicans that this freedom that we enjoy, we should be responsible with it, and I speak specifically to how we handle social media," unquote, said Vernon. This freedom, he reiterated, comes with a responsibility to be our brother's keeper, as individuals aim to not only be responsible citizens of this country, but help whenever they see someone in need. Quote, "We have a freedom, but we have a responsibility, or social responsibility, and or social media and other media responsibilities. We must ensure that we do the right thing, share the information that we need to share, and for example, in the case of an accident, you have to try to see how you can help rather than try to video it and to post it, unquote, he said. By exercising this responsibility, the deputy mayor said the freedom that our national heroes fought for will be truly beneficial to our people as a society. Quote, we have to be responsible so the freedom that we enjoy now, that they would have fought for, we have to protect it, we have to preserve it, and we have to use it in the right way, and that is what it means to be a free people, unquote, he said. This admonition came days after 17-year-old Lennon High School student Tristan Graham collapsed and died on his way home from school in Maypen, Clarendon. It was reported that instead of helping the promising young boy, individuals chose to capture pictures and videos as the youth begged for help.
Taxi operators to be trained certified as first responders. Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services, TODSS, in association with the British Caribbean Insurance Company, BCIC, will officially launch the Transport Operators Blue Ribbon First Responder Training and Certification Program for Kingston and St. Andrew on Monday, May 27th. The program, which is developed by TODSS with BCIC as its main sponsor, will see the training and certification of 50 taxi and bus operators as first responders and road safety ambassadors. According to TODSS, the program is endorsed by the Ministry of Transport and Mining and the National Road Safety Council. The group said the guest speaker for the event is Peter Champagne, QC, JP. Other speakers are expected to include Transport and Mining Minister Robert Montague and others.
Feeling pressured to quit the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, because of his perceived sexuality, former constable turned PhD holder Daniel Christian says he is grateful for the poor treatment that pushed him to the United States. Christian, a former Edwin Allen High School student who enrolled in the JCF in 2010, said he was transferred 5 times during his 3-year stint as a rank-and-file member of the force. Frustrated, he said he packed his bags for North America, where he sought asylum on grounds of his sexual orientation under a member of a social group he identifies as gay. Christian graduated last week from Liberty University in Lynchburg, Virginia, with a doctorate in criminal justice. Quote, I faced a lot of issues in the JCF. I was transferred a couple of times. I first started at Mobile Reserve, but I voluntarily went to Mounted Troop, and then from there I was selected to go to the National Intelligence Bureau, formerly Special Branch. I was there for a while, but then I was transferred from there back to Mobile Reserve. But I came under a lot of pressure at Mobile Reserve, and so I knew of someone who was working at the Commissioner's office, and they had me transferred to the CCN, Constabulary Communication Network, now Corporate Communications Unit. Unquote. Christian told the Jamaica Observer in an interview on Thursday. He told the Sunday Observer that he thought the division would have been a safe space, but it wasn't. Without reason, he said he was transferred to the Traffic Division, referred for anger management, and was forced to see a social worker at the police academy. He insisted the referral was necessary and suggested that he was being victimized. That the final transfer, the 29-year-old man said, sent him over the edge, and in 2013, he decided that he could no longer remain in an environment he believed was toxic and detrimental to his well-being. Quote, I recall being called Dirty Gal Angela while I was in training at Mobile Reserve, And it got so bad that a higher ranking member of the force, who was overseas at the time, had to pull me from training. I was constantly referred to as a fish by colleagues. It was always, "See the fish there come," or "Watch the fish there." I was constantly called derogatory terms and always called out of my name. Quote, "I was treated very poorly by supervisors and managers in the force and by colleagues because of my perceived sexual orientation. When I got to the traffic division, I was just tired of it all, being back in that hostile environment. So at that point, I just decided that I needed to leave," unquote, said Christian.
Let the woman police recruits find height bar too tall to clear. And this is going to be my final headline for the evening. Spanish Town resident Annalise Steen was hoping to make her father proud by getting recruited into the police force. But although she has the academic qualification, her height has crushed that dream. The 20-year-old was among scores of applicants, mostly women, who were turned away when they showed up at Spanish Town High School in St. Catherine on Saturday for a Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF recruitment drive. The police force is in a race against time to bolster its numbers by 50% from 12,000 plus to 18,000 plus by 2024. To solve concerns about an epidemic of murders that up to May 19 had reached 514, 1% higher than the toll in 2020. At 5 feet 4 inches, Teen was just 1 inch shorter than the required height for female recruits. In 2018, she was turned down because she did not have the academic qualification. That disappointment pushed her to go back to school and get qualified. But as she exited the school compound on Saturday, she did so with the intention to write Commissioner of Police Anthony Anderson to appeal for a height waiver. She said, "My father is very proud of me, and I thought I would make him a little prouder by sitting the exam, but I was told I'm too short." Steen said she has a passion to serve, and she's attracted to the force because it allows her to be physically active. Her father had wanted her to join the force. Let me read that again. Her father had wanted to join the force, but he was too old. As Steen left her sometimes volatile community of Rivoli Saturday morning, he encouraged her to do her best. Queen's School graduate Camille Gale had traveled from Mavis Bank in St. Andrew to attend the recruitment drive, but she too left disappointed as she did not meet the height requirement. The 21-year-old university student has 8 passes at the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate and 6 at the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination. Gale lost her job as a data entry clerk last year, April, a month after the first COVID-19 case was reported in Jamaica. She said, "I was desperate, sad, depressed. I had nothing to do with my life. So I was just sitting at home wondering what I'm going to do." Having lost her job during the global crisis, Gale was partly drawn to policing because it is an essential service. For her, job security is important. Everyone is physically challenged differently. Everyone is built differently. I don't think height requirement should hinder someone from serving their country and from providing quality service to their country, she said. Chief Recruiting Officer for the JCF, Deputy Superintendent Dan Bartley, said that although men are sometimes outnumbered at recruitment drives, women are often disproportionately at greater risk of rejection because they do not meet the height requirement. Women, however, tend to be more academically qualified than the men. We understand the challenges that bring sometimes, and it can be a little bit discouraging, and it may even seem discriminatory because a lot of the times it's the women who fall outside the height requirement, Deputy Superintendent said. Bartlett said that persons who have been turned down are encouraged to write to the Commissioner of Police requesting a height waiver. The height policy, she said, is currently under review. Bartlett has been to several parishes in the last 2 weeks in her team to lead the JCF requirements effort, said she is encouraged by both the scale and quality of the turnout. A number of applicants have many more than the 4 CXC subjects required to be considered for the force. One person on Saturday, for example, had a Bachelor of Laws, while several others had pre-university and university qualifications. We need the men and women on the ground to support the people of Jamaica and to serve them, Bartlett said. On the outside of the school was Judith Curry, a mother of 5, who had accompanied her 17-year-old daughter to the location. Her daughter will turn 18 in July, has 9 SCSC passes. Let me read that again, I'm sorry. 9 CSEC passes and is a graduate of the Queen's School. She said, I tell her that she must pray and put God in front, said the mother, as she accepted a call from her daughter's father, Albert Hunter, who wanted an update on his daughter's progress.
And finally, Mayor Bill de Blasio announced Monday New York City schools will be back at 100% capacity on September 13 and said there will be no remote option. De Blasio said there will be health and safety measures in place at city schools with social distancing and masks required in the buildings as per Centers for Disease Control and Prevention guidelines. Anybody with COVID-19 symptoms will be told to stay home. Students and teachers will also have to fill out daily health screenings, and school buildings need to have a nurse, working ventilation system, and on-site COVID testing. The Department of Education is also planning on hosting open houses in June to show parents what the buildings will be like. Quote, we reopened our schools and we proved they could be safe. We're going to do that again. We're going to support kids. We're going to support the whole family. We're going to show that we're going to do new things for each kid academically and to address their emotional issues. But it only works if everyone is back in person, the way education was meant to be, unquote, de Blasio said. This will be the return to our new normal, to learning, to friends, and everything else the school community has to offer our children, said New York City Schools Chancellor Misha Ross Porter. The United Federation of Teachers released a statement that reads in part that while there is no substitute for in-person learning, they still have concerns about the safety of a small number of students with extreme medical challenges. For that small group of students, a remote option may still be necessary. Only about a third of New York City students returned to buildings following the last round of students being able to opt into in-person learning in April. While the mayor has previously said classes will go remote on snow days, it is unclear if students will keep their devices given by the Department of Education and if they still have access to them. This has been Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Good afternoon, everyone. Our telephone line is now opened, 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. News, and more news. In addition to our news, each and every Monday afternoon, right after Keeping You in the Know, we bring you Community Life. This afternoon, we discuss DNA. Should it be mandatory for a DNA test to be done before a child leaves the hospital and to be recorded on the birth certificate? Many of us have heard of unfortunate discoveries by men who never knew they had a child or they fathered a child for so many years and the child turned out not to be theirs. But now we're asking the question this afternoon because we want to have that conversation with you. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the Monday Drive. How are you?
Good afternoon, Lady D.
Madam Gloria.
Good afternoon, Mr. Willoughby.
Good afternoon, Gloria. How are you, madam?
I am here with my half and half.
Oh, you're not half and half. You're very much here. You're with us today. And
I'm not well. I'm not well. That's why I say so.
All right, but you're not well, and we acknowledge that, so you're good today.
You reaching the segment with the child,
the DNA?
Dad should be on DNA, yes.
That's what we just announced a while ago.
Oh, you just started?
Yes. So do you have a comment?
Yeah, I believe that how things are going, sometimes the ladies leave a bad taste in the men's mouth. So, so as to be sure, because I've watched things and it doesn't seem right to me. And because of that, I think yes.
So you believe that the DNA test should be done once a child is born before the child leaves the hospital?
Yes, because they have to do it now. If you have a child in Jamaica and you file, they don't give you like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've heard, one person told me, and I heard of another person who had the experience of this man was supporting 4 children.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them were his.
Yes.
And this other gentleman now that told me, I know him, he had a little girl that he was taking care of, and when he filed, he was so disappointed, he was crying. Mm-hmm. It's not his either.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, the ladies got to be more cautious and certain of what they're doing, because the child or children, I mean, it shook them up when that decision is being made.
Mm-hmm. I got
you. I think yes, because of how things, I mean, it has been happening, but it seemed more prevalent than before.
Yes.
And everybody wants to be on the same page. So as to be certain, you get things right off the bat there before anybody.
I want to be a little bit provocative here, you see, Lady D and Gloria.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
There is this misconception that Jamaican men are more promiscuous than Jamaican women. Now, that is the argument, that is the sentiment that is out there. But if we go by the fact, it's not necessarily true, because there's an article some time ago in the Jamaica Star in 2019 where it said that 70, and I said 7 with a 0, 70% of the tests, I'm not saying that 70% of all children in Jamaica, but those who test, 70% disclose that the men who are named as fathers had nothing to do with the paternity of the children. Mm-hmm. Think about that. 70% of the tests that were done prove that these men got a jacket.
That's what I'm saying.
Awful. Yes, it's awful.
So that, oh dear Lord.
That is the reality of yeah.
So it has something to do with our sexual behavior. It comes down to our sexual behavior. Dr. Barry Chavans had done a literature review some time back, and he pointed out that, our sexual behavior in Jamaica may seem ambitious, insofar as there's very little study of sexuality as such. Of the Caribbean, including the Jamaican family, however, and the fertility of Caribbean women, there's a great corpus forming the most extensively researched aspect of Caribbean life. This review draws upon this literature, but in doing so, it tries to steer clear of the debate over the nature of the family and household structure, such as well as of fertility issues. It tries to glean only what seems relevant to the issues of the sexual behavior of Jamaicans. There are many gaps, some of them quite noticeable, but where necessary, these are identified. And he went in and identified several areas that make up this kind of behavior. Now, I grew up in Clarendon, in Pennance, and in order for me not to disclose too much, but there are people very close to me who, while they were growing up, we're like, how they look like Tom Jones, so when, they're carrying the name of John Brown. And then, one day a gentleman just showed up with these two children and said, this is your family. A gentleman in the community just brought them up and say, see your family here. Because they're the splitting image of this man we know well.
Lady, let me hang up and listen to you on the radio.
So, yes, thank you so much, Gloria.
Okay, thank you, Gloria.
So, Chris, as we're discussing this and delving into it, I'm not sure if we use the term promiscuity, right? And tied into the promiscuity is the element of fear, deception. Because if a woman has found herself in that situation, right away, she knows whether she was with John Brown, Tom Stroke, right? Peter Pan, and then she becomes impregnated. Now, in her mind, psychologically, she starts to count down on her finger. Could it be Peter Pan, Tom Stroke, John Brown? She couldn't even remember in what order they came. But she knows that fear knocking at her door, and she has found herself into a pickle. If you were to play this out realistically, she has found herself into a pickle, and now somebody is going to have to get the brunt of this. And how do you go do a survey to say, remember the last time when me and you did, so and so, you remember when? So she can put a timeline to the thing. Right. To figure out who. Right. So here is the fear of what she's facing. Here is, the reality of my sexuality and how I conduct myself. Because humans, we like to experience that physical encounter. It's just that when we're doing it, we're not careful enough. And so when we get caught, we have to do a quick turnaround, and somebody have to get this child needs a name, unless you choose not to give the child the name of Peter Pan, Tom Stroke, John Brown. But it is at the root of it, it is our insatiable need, appetite for that self-gratification, that physical gratification that has put us into this pickle. That is how, in my little laywoman's mind, how I'm able to break it out for people. That's what happens. And then, I know of situations, I'm telling you, I know of them. And so here now is this person who live a foreign. I know of this case. Somebody live a foreign who end up being told that they are the father of this baby coming, right? And they buy up all kind of stuff, and then when they come out now, they say, fine, I have this baby and I would like to file for baby. So they already knew the ropes about doing DNA because they don't live in Jamaica, they live a foreign. And mother is in Jamaica. So the test is done and wallop. The grand discovery. I'm telling you, this is true stuff. I know of it. And it brings a piece of hurt. It brings down a piece of shame. It brings with you a whole potpourri of stuff. Because everybody is involved. Everybody involved. The gentleman family who hear him are going to have baby happy. Siblings for this person happy. Community happy, friend happy, and it goes on and on. Chris, let's take a quick call and then you can make your comment after. Good afternoon. Welcome. How are you?
I am good. Good afternoon, Lady D. Good afternoon, Chris.
A wonderful day to you, Mass Eddie.
Yes, I'm enjoying it.
We know.
Lady D, I don't believe in DNA.
Why?
And the reason why? People make mistake. Big time. Even the doctors, they cut off the wrong leg. And it happens so often.
Mass Eddie, you have taken us you have taken us a little. So I'm hearing you. We know mistakes happen. Are you alluding to the fact that when a DNA test is actually done, it is oftentimes inaccurate?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not accurate.
And even if
because,
it's not
again,
accurate.
Sometimes people joke around too much on their job. And they make mistake. Even the blood they take, sometimes they mix it up. Sometimes it throw away. Turn over the back and break. So there's a lot of things people should realize.
All right. So
yes, money is for real, Lady D. That's for long to years. So from you go there to yours, okay?
Yeah, but when 3, 4, 5 more go, is yours too.
Yes. You go there. You went there, Lady D.
You know what, Eddie? So, admittedly, mistakes do happen, but if that is the case and somebody gets a result and there is an inner turmoil, an inner something that is saying this is not right, you can request for it to be redone.
No, but you're going to rely on what the test says also. You're going to rely on what the test says. You're not going to pay any attention. But people make mistakes, and that is why I do not believe in it.
All right. So what about so there is a mistake and there is fact. What do you say to those that have proven to be true?
Well, if it's true, but again, there's a question sign on all of these things they've been doing.
Ed, I am asking you. You've already claimed that fine, there could be errors made. But what if
Right.
no error don't make? Talk to me about
Well,
that.
that's it. It's accurate.
Okay.
But again, they say it's not 100% accurate also.
All
So
right.
forget about the mistake and the accurate.
But Eddie, how many things in life? How many things in life is 100% accurate?
Mr.
What I'm
Willie,
saying.
Chris.
That's what I'm saying. In other words, the DNA can cause problem also. Like it's that person, child, and it's sure it's not. So that these things happen. These things happen.
Eddie.
So it can be
Ed.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Chris, why you sound so far away?
I don't know.
Yeah, you sound like you're background.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying, no science is not precise. Science is not 100%.
Right.
And if it is 99.99%, that is good enough. And that is the standard. That is normally the standard that they use for DNA, 99.99%. And if you are not 99.99%, it means that you are not the father. So, I mean...
Again, error make. And that's all I'm saying.
But there are times when you can make, if error is made, you can... People do second and third DNA tests, you know. They do one and they don't believe it, and they go back and do a second one, you know. So you're telling me that if they do a second and the result is the same, it's what's the
No, what I'm saying, people just depend on what they get first. So they get what they want, so it's okay. But it can be wrong and they don't realize to do it again. You understand what I'm saying? And maybe it's the man's child, and because of that error, they say it's not his, and it causes a big problem also. You understand where I'm coming from, Chris?
I hear you.
All right, Ed.
These things are not accurate, and it can be good and it can be bad also. Okay?
Thank you.
Take care.
All right, take it easy. Do we have another caller online?
Yes, Lady D.
Good day to you.
How are you?
I'm well.
I'm holding on before Mr. Francis, but yes, Lady D. How are you and Mr. Chris?
Good evening, Lady D and Chris.
Hold on, Pat. Good day. Hold on.
Yes, I believed in the DNA, Lady D, and if there was, let's go back home. You know, it would prevent so much problem with the courts. I believe it should be done at the hospital. Mm-hmm. And if there's any friction, then it would be easier to go back to records, you know, instead of going all over and over again. Mm-hmm. So that is the reason I believe it should be done. Every child, you know, in certain circumstances, their DNA should be in record at the hospital.
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
That is my view.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a blessed evening.
To you too.
You too.
Acknowledging Pat.
Hi, Lady D and Chris. Good evening, and good evening to everyone.
Hello.
Yes, I agree with his young lady. Yeah, that the DNA is necessary. Most of the time, DNA is accurate, and this is why they keep repeating, because there are some men who would say that the child is not actually theirs. And when you look on programs like Jerry Springer and Maury you know, when the father says that he's not the father of the child, yes, DNA, whenever it is taken, you know, you could see where the father can be exonerated, or, you know, he will be the actual father. Mm-hmm. And I believe that this is a case where in Jamaica should take that up, because there are so many children out there now who don't actually know their father. Mm-hmm. Because the man, once the woman becomes
pregnant, he turns his back and he walks away. And so, there's a saying, mama baby, papa maybe. Once the woman becomes pregnant, she is going to be the sole responsible person to take care of this child. So I believe that with my whole heart that DNA is very, very necessary. It's important.
Yes, Pat. Thank you.
Okay? You're welcome.
Okay, Pat.
All right,
Thank you.
bye-bye. You're welcome. All right. Bye-bye.
Chris, you had something to say
Yeah,
before we...
um,
Chris, you sound like...
yeah.
You're sounding like you're using speaker, hands-free, something. You don't sound
Not
into
really.
your microphone like we usually hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, I am saying that the DNA, I believe it should be made mandatory. That if you need your name on the birth certificate, you should actually have to do a DNA to get it on there. Too many jockeys, as we call them in Jamaica. Too many people, too many children grow up not knowing their true fathers. They have a father, and even the man himself, a lot of times, don't even realize that the child isn't really his.
Yes.
Because they just take it for granted that the woman give it to me and it's mine, and they just move ahead with that. And it's not a small percentage in Jamaica. It's a very, very large percentage of people. And so I really believe that they should adopt that principle.
Let's hear what our next caller says. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Lady D, and great topic. And this technology, ever since it was discovered, should have been executed with every child born around the world, not just in the Caribbean, but in the United States. Because if the technology is there, why not utilize it to be sure in all rate? And it doesn't even have to be the fact that somebody might be promiscuous out of a relationship, but just to kind of give it a rubber stamp, so to speak, of surety for the paternal father. So with the technology, it's way overdue. To the point where a show was designed just to say you are the father.
Right.
So it shows that when it comes to promiscuity, I believe that there is men and women are just as promiscuous. There is not a gender difference because, ironically, who are they being promiscuous with?
Right.
So, so the ratio of men and women doesn't matter. It's just people, and to find out who the father is a good thing.
Yes. And
Great topic.
Thank you. All right. And the voice sounds familiar.
Oh, yeah, this is Al Jam, by the way.
Yes. Nice hearing you.
Yeah, I don't miss your show, lady.
Yes, thank you. All righty. Thanks so much. Let's go to the next call. Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Hi, good afternoon, Lady D.
Yes, good afternoon.
This is AG. How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
Okay, I endorse the proposition of the DNA paternity test because I think it will also aid in the long run in terms of eradicating some of the social ills that exist in the economy. Because once a paternity test is done and there is a definitive answer or there's a definitive notation, then there's no doubt as to who belongs to whom.
Right.
And if somebody knows who belongs to whom, then that will clarify a lot of things in someone's mind, and that will also maybe cut down on promiscuity, cut down on some stuff when they know that certain personal information can be had and it is there. So, I think from that point, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, thank you, AG. We appreciate your comment.
You're most
great
welcome.
point.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
We do have another call. Good afternoon. Okay, they hung up. Yes, Mr. Wilby. Really good topic this afternoon. Are you there?
Yeah, that and
yes.
Yeah, so with the last caller saying, you know, it will also serve as a deterrent because once people know that, look, we go test. When you go to the hospital, you know, at the embarrassment, people will start to, you know, think twice before in these kinds of activities.
Yes.
So,
you know,
it would cut down. I don't know how much, but I think it would cut down on it if it is a little bit.
Yes, our human practices, behavioral practices, oftentimes pose some new developments, you know, and once these developments are streamlined, everybody starts scurrying around pretty much because we need to do the right thing. It's likened to the fact that when you are an international resident, you reside somewhere out of the United States, and someone petitions for you through the immigration services, and you have to do, you know, your biometrics, you have to do your blood works, all kinds of things. Invariably, do you find people turning down to fulfill that requirement because it's something you have to do? If you turn it, failing that, you can't reach into the United States. If you turn it down, it's because you knowingly are aware that you have something going on with you. And it's going to show up in the test results, and you will fall in the ineligible category. So you can't come anyway. So if it becomes mandatory in Jamaica, across the world, to establish proper record of the numbers of children that are born and to whom they're being fathered, that ought to put some kind of a consciousness into how we operate as human beings. Because too many people have been raised by people who they're not connected to biologically. And when they do find out, Chris, who their real father is, either they're now deceased, or when they do meet this person, it's just out of, out of respect, and just to be aware, to know who is my father. Yeah. But by then you have no connection with this person. You're acquainted with them, but you really don't have any connection. So
I know of an example where this woman, she had won't specify the number of children, but she had fewer children, and she claimed that all of them belonged to the same man. When it was time for the man to sponsor them to come into the United States, one of them never got through because of the DNA.
Yes.
And it was and she's still insisting until this day.
That's hard.
Until this day, she is insisting that the DNA result is wrong. And it was done multiple times.
And how it can do multiple. But if it's done multiple times, did they go elsewhere to have it done?
Yes, and she's still insisting.
And that's out of denial. That's denial.
Exactly.
That's out of denial.
So the other children, obviously, they got through, and this one got to just remain in Jamaica.
Well, this is not the first, this has come up It has come up for many reasons. But we're hoping that, people will be a little more conscious because, the child that is being brought forth requires that level of respect, that you must have a name.
Yeah.
When it gets down to the point where you have to give the child your own name, that tells you something.
Yeah.
When that's your last resort. That I have to name you, Gomez, or I have to name you Johnson, Mary Johnson, whatever. Tells you something. So we thank you all for tuning in this afternoon. Believe it or not, Chris, it's 2 minutes to 7 o'clock. Want to say good afternoon to Stafford. Hello, Stafford. Nice seeing you. And Andrea and Ryan and Pat and Gloria and Yam Lady and Eddie and everybody else who has been tuning in and listening and, wherever you are. We thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Mr. Wilby?
Yes, Lady, thank you once again, and thank all the connecting partners for bringing this broadcast this evening. Looking forward to being back here next week, same time, same place, to do it all over again. Have a fantastic evening.
Thank you. This has been another edition of Inside the Zones, the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside with yours truly, Lady D, Denise Gomez. Thanks to CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Thanks to TouchFMRadio.com, UnityGospelRadio.com, SignRadio.net. What would we do without you joining me here on the platform? Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, and to those on my YouTube channel, my YouTubers, thank you for sticking and staying with me this afternoon. I'm looking forward to being back here on Thursday. I'm wrapping up, by the way, Child Month on the 27th, which is this coming Thursday, and I do have some bright young people to wrap up the show. And I'd like you to hear their voices and to say, you know what? We have some really bright children in the world. That's what I'm aiming for. And if you are Jamaican at heart and you feel like you want to just bask in the Labor Day stuff of today, go wipe down your kitchen cupboard, clean fridge, whatever. Get into the groove as you wind down your day. And want to say thanks to Madam Pat. Pat says, thanks, Lady D and Chris, for an enlightening and inspiring discussion. Also to Cooler Runnings for sponsoring the program. Have a blessed evening, everyone, and stay safe. Thank you, Pat. And Ryan said bye, and everybody. So a lot of love and blessings to you, everyone. Thanks to Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant for sponsoring the show. As always, love yourselves, love your children, and remember, in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. Closing the show, of course, it was my Soca Music Monday.
Sexy way you walk, lady. The kind of sexy way you talk. Let's jam the night away, baby. Just you and me personally, in a decent way. Baby, we could break away, lady. My sweet lady.
Number one radio station.
Oh, they play the best music.
Number one. Best music. You're listening to the number one radio station. Number one radio station.
They play the best music.
Number one. The best